3, 2, 1, action. Hello and welcome to this episode of... Dang it, gotta try this again. Okay, take 2. Welcome to this episode of Philosophy Class with Father Barnabas, with your host, Father Barnabas, and the guests, you, my students. So please, at this time, sit in a chair, stop playing your video games, wake up and don't sleep for at least the next 5 to 7 minutes, however long this video ends up being, so that you too can fulfill the MyBC assignment that I have posted for you right now. So my first step for you is to open up your computer and to go to MyBC. You can pause the video until that is completed. Pause. Okay, at this point you have MyBC opened, and what I'm going to ask you to do is just listen closely to me so that you can answer the question that I want you to put into MyBC, which is going to be, what is the philosophical definition of law? What is the philosophical definition of law? Now, this is important because our most recent assignment was to make up your own rules or laws for our school here, if we could have anything. And this definition will help you kind of have a gut check to see if your laws were any good or not, okay? And this all relates to what we've been talking about over and over again with natural human dignity, natural human rights, how to run a society properly, things like that. All right, so listen closely, get ready, type this into MyBC, and then hit enter. The definition of law is as follows. Law is an ordering from reason. So that's the first step, from reason. So what does that mean? That laws need to be made from reason, rational thought. If a law does not have reason to it, then you can challenge, well, is this a good law or not, okay? And once again, we talked about what reason is all throughout this class, so that's why it's helpful to know, well, what is rationality? What is reasonable in the first place? So things like natural law, things that are reasonable, that we can all agree apply to all peoples, no matter their circumstances. If we believe that there is such a thing as truth and natural law, then we can define that there is such a thing as proper reasoning and not proper reasoning, and then develop laws accordingly. So once again, law is, number 1, an ordering from reason. Number 2, for the common good. For the common good. That a law must be made for the common good, so that it helps, ideally, all peoples. If you have a law that is just for 1 or 2 people, once again, this doesn't seem very just, that it should be oriented toward helping the whole society as best as possible, what we call the common good. All right, number 3, law is an ordering from reason for the common good. Number 3, from legitimate authority. So a legitimate authority needs to be the one that actually postulates or makes this law. So once again, we gave the example of even, so things like just war theory, you had to have a proper person declare having war. Same thing in terms of making a law, you need to have the proper person, the proper authority in a society, or even within a situation like our school, actually make the law, that they've been given the authority to do so. So to review, law is an ordering from reason, write that down, for common good, write that down, from legitimate authority, write that down, and the last thing, number 4, that it must be promulgated, which means to be made known. So it must be promulgated to all the people that are under the law. It must be made known. If you have a law that a bunch of people make up that are in charge, and it's reasonable and for the common good, but they don't tell anybody about it or make it publicly known, then can you be held responsible for this law, right? So once again, if you've fallen asleep the whole time, the proper definition of law that I want you to type out in MyBC and hit enter so I see you paid attention to this is it's an ordering from reason for the common good from legitimate authority and must be promulgated or made known. Those 4 points make up the philosophical definition of law. Once you have this down, I ask that you behave properly and be good gentlemen. Thank you. Have a good day. Tune in next time for our debate whether Honey Nut Cheerios or Fruit Loops are the superior cereal.